Hi everyone, welcome back to my Skillshare project series. Today I am going to explain task 9 about programming the user sign-up process using session management in PHP. In this video, I will explain how logout works securely, how we destroy sessions, and how we remove cookies, and also why this is very important for security. Okay, let's start. Do you know why logout is important? When a user logs into a system, we create a session. That session stores user information like user ID, name, account type, and login status. If we don't properly destroy that session, when the user clicks logout, the system may still think the user is logged in. This creates security risks. So a session keeps user authenticated. If session not destroyed, user can access protected pages, and cookies must also be cleared, and also proper logout improves security. Okay, then let's sign into our Skillshare website and see our sign out process. Okay. Okay, now we are in the Skillshare home page. Now you can see our in account details section sign out button. So I press this sign out button, and now you can see we come to sign in page to create a to log into your account. So you are not a user anymore, so you have to start a new login. No, you have to log into your account again to become a user in the Skillshare website. So I sign in again. Okay, I sign in again to my Skillshare website, and you can see my account. Okay, after signing again, you can see that 4 cookies are created. PHP says ID, Skillshare member, Skillshare user email, and also Skillshare user ID. PHP SSID is automatically created by PHP when a session starts. Okay, now I am going to manually delete the PHP SSID. Then I refresh the page. Okay. Then check. Oh, I delete it, but it reloads in this cookie section. So let me explain why this happens. PHP SSID is a session identifier automatically generated by PHP. It is created whenever session start runs in our PHP file. So every time the page loads, PHP checks if PHP SSID exists. If it does not exist, PHP automatically creates a new session, and a new PHP SSID cookie is sent to the browser. That's why when I delete it and refresh it, it appears again. Then why user stays logged in even after deleting PHP SSID? Even though I deleted the PHP SSID cookie, I am still logged in. That is because remember me functionality. Think of PHP SSID like a temporary visitor badge. If I throw away my badge, the security guard checks my ID card, which is the Remember Me cookie, and gives me a new badge. That's exactly what happens here. So I think you got an idea about PHP SSID. So let's go to discuss deeply it in our structure code structure. Sorry. So this is my code structure. So I updated some points in header.php file. So first let's discuss in the sign out button. Okay. This is the logout link, and when the user clicks the sign out button, the system should start the session, clear all session variables and destroy the session, and delete Remember Me cookies and redirect user to home page. So then this is my logout process.php. First we start the session, and even though when logging out, we must start the session to destroy it. This removes all session variables like user ID and username or logged in. This completely destroys the session stored on the server. And if we don't remember me cookies, the system may automatically log the user in again. So after logout, we redirect to the user homepage by using this. Okay. Then let's see our header.php again. Okay, I add those parts. Newly I add this part. Okay, now I show how session management works. Before that I explain what is session. I'll tell you what is session management. Session management is the process of maintaining user login status across the multiple pages. Since HTTP is stateless, we use PHP sessions to remember whenever a user logs in or not. First, I use this to begin this session. This function either resounds an existing session or creates a new one. When this runs, PHP generates a unique session ID called PHP says ID and stores it in the browser as a cookie. And after starting the session, I check whether the user is already logged in by checking logged in session variable. If the variable is not set or not true, it means there is no active login status. Login session. In that case, include auth check.php file which attempts to restore authentication using Remember Me tokens. If the PHP session was destroyed or PHP says ID was deleted, the system creates a new session. The Auth, the auth checks.php verifies the remember token stored in the cookies and rebuilds the session variable securely. So finally, I assign values to local variables. These variables are used to dynamically update the user interface, such as displaying the name, user's name, role, and login status in the navigation bar. Okay, now I'll show my authentication check.php file. This is my authentication check.php file. First, we make sure a session is started. If PHP SSID was deleted, this line will automatically create a new session. That's why PHP SSID gets recreated. Next, the system check if remember me cookies exist. These cookies store a token and the user ID. If cookies are not there, user stays log out. Then we retrieve the token and user ID from cookies. The user ID is converted to an integer for security. Then now we check the database for a valid member token for this user. We only select tokens that are not expired. This is secure because it was required statements. It checks expiry date and also it selects latest token only. Then we use this to compare the cookie token with the hash token. Key token with the hash token stored in the database. This is very important because you are not storing plain tokens in database and you are storing hash token. This is exactly how secure systems work. Then after token verification, we fetch full user details including account type. Now we recreate all necessary session variables. This automatically logs the user backend. This is why even after deleting PHP SSID, session is recreated, user is still authenticated and new PHP SSID is generated. So after a successful authentication, we delete all tokens for extra security. This prevents multiple active remember tokens. And if the token validation fails, we immediately delete all remember me cookies to prevent unauthorized access. So in this auth check.php file, the system checks if remember me cookies exist. It validates the token against a hashed value stored in the database and checks if it's not expired. If valid, it creates the session variables. That's why even after deleting PHP sysID, the system automatically logs the user backend and generates a new PHP new session ID. So in this task, I successfully implemented secure logout using session management. So the system now destroys session, deletes cookies, prevents automatic relogin, and redirects properly. So this ensures proper authentication control in my Skillshare system. So that's all for my task 9, and thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in my next video.